morning/afternoon/evening, everyone. Today we're diving into a fundamental but often overlooked topic: water, and its critical role in sustaining normal cellular functions and maintaining blood volume. Water is a substance that sustains life at every level, from the smallest cell to the largest organ. It makes up about 60% of the human body and is involved in countless processes that keep us alive, healthy, and functioning optimally. You might think of water as simply something to drink when you're thirsty or to wash your hands with, but it's so much more than that. Our bodies depend on water for many physiological processes. It is the environment in which our cells operate, the medium through which nutrients are transported, and the vital element that helps regulate our body temperature. From a cellular level to our circulatory system, water is indispensable. Let's explore how water affects cellular functions and blood volume in more detail. 1. Water is essential for cellular homeostasis. Boxy. At the cellular level, water plays an essential role in maintaining homeostasis, the balance of the internal environment of the body. Our cells are constantly working to maintain a steady state of functioning, and water helps ensure that the chemical reactions inside cells happen properly. Without enough water, the cells cannot perform their functions efficiently, leading to dehydration and cellular stress. 2. Water facilitates nutrient transport. Water is a crucial medium for transporting nutrients into cells. Blood, which is largely composed of water, carries oxygen, glucose, amino acids, and other essential nutrients to every cell in the body. Water molecules allow for the dissolution of these nutrients and gases, which then pass through cell membranes to nourish cells and support their various functions. 3. Water removes waste products from cells. Water doesn't just help bring nutrients into the cell, it also helps to flush out waste products. Cellular activities produce waste materials, such as carbon dioxide and urea, which must be removed for the cell to continue functioning. The kidneys, which filter waste from the blood, rely on water to help eliminate these byproducts from the body. 4. Water is vital for cellular respiration. One of the most crucial functions that water supports is cellular respiration, the process by which cells generate energy. Water plays a role in the metabolic reactions that break down glucose and fatty acids to produce ATP, the energy currency of the cell. Without sufficient water, cells would not have enough energy to perform their various tasks. 5. Water helps maintain blood volume. Blood volume is the amount of blood circulating in the body, and it is largely influenced by the amount of water in the bloodstream. The human blood is about 90% water, which is crucial for maintaining the proper volume of blood to circulate oxygen and nutrients to tissues. Dehydration can reduce blood volume, which in turn can lead to a drop in blood pressure and impaired circulation. 6. Water regulates blood pressure. Water plays a direct role in regulating blood pressure by maintaining blood volume. Adequate hydration helps to ensure that blood flows smoothly and efficiently through the body, preventing the risks associated with low blood volume or blood pressure, such as dizziness, fainting, and organ damage. Dehydration can cause blood to become thicker, increasing the risk of clotting and heart issues. 7. Water supports healthy circulatory system function. Water covers the brain with its 35,000. The circulatory system, which consists of the heart and blood vessels, is the body's transport network, distributing oxygen, nutrients, and hormones to tissues. Water is essential for keeping the blood fluid, reducing the risk of clots, and ensuring proper circulation. A lack of water can lead to thicker blood, making it harder for the circulatory system to work efficiently. 8. Water is a key factor in thermoregulation. Water also plays a critical role in regulating body temperature. Sweat, which is made up mostly of water, is the body's natural cooling mechanism. As we sweat, the evaporation of water from the skin surface removes heat, keeping our bodies from overheating. Without water, the body cannot effectively regulate its temperature, leading to potential heat stroke or hypothermia. 9. Water prevents dehydration and electrolyte imbalance. I didn't enjoy the bath either. Dehydration occurs when the body loses more water than it takes in, which can upset the balance of electrolytes in the body. Electrolytes like sodium, potassium, and chloride are crucial for maintaining cell function, nerve transmission, and muscle contraction. Water helps maintain the balance of these electrolytes, ensuring that cells can perform their functions without interference. Insulin. 10. Water supports joint lubrication and skin health. Finally, water is essential for the lubrication of joints and for maintaining the health of the skin. Synovial fluid, which keeps our joints moving smoothly, is composed mostly of water. Adequate hydration ensures that joints remain lubricated and flexible. Water also helps maintain skin elasticity, preventing dryness and promoting overall skin health. In conclusion, water is not just something we drink. It is a vital component that keeps every part of our body functioning at its best. From cellular processes to maintaining blood volume and temperature regulation, water is a fundamental part of our health. Without it, our bodies cannot perform the essential functions that keep us alive and thriving. Let's remember to stay hydrated and give our bodies the water they need to support normal cellular functions and maintain blood volume. Cellular homeostasis refers to the delicate balance that cells must maintain to function optimally. This involves regulating factors like temperature, pH, nutrient concentration, and waste products. Water plays an essential role in this process, acting as a key medium in maintaining the environment inside the cell conducive to proper biochemical reactions. Regulation of internal environment. Cells must constantly adjust to maintain a balanced internal environment despite external changes. Water is integral to this process, as it helps to stabilize the concentration of ions and molecules inside the cell. The presence of water within the cell ensures that the cell's metabolic processes can proceed smoothly, without excessive fluctuations that could lead to dysfunction or cellular damage. Enzyme function and biochemical reactions. Many of the chemical reactions that occur in cells, including those that produce energy, synthesize proteins, and replicate DNA, happen in a watery environment. Enzymes, which are proteins that accelerate these reactions, require water to function properly. Water also helps to dissolve and transport substrates, allowing enzymes to interact with them and catalyze the reactions effectively. Without water, these processes would slow down or cease altogether, leading to impaired cellular function. The doctor told me not to worry. pH. Regulation. The regulation of pH inside the cell is critical for maintaining optimal enzyme activity and preserving the structure of cellular components. Water acts as a buffer, helping to maintain a stable pH by absorbing or releasing hydrogen ions, H+. This buffering capacity is vital in ensuring that the cell's internal environment does not become too acidic or too alkaline, conditions that could disrupt cellular processes and lead to cell death. Osmoregulation and ion balance. Water plays a central role in osmoregulation, the process by which cells control the movement of water and solutes, like ions, in and out of the cell. The concentration of ions, like sodium, potassium, calcium, and chloride, must be carefully regulated to ensure that cellular processes, such as nerve transmission and muscle contraction, function properly. Water facilitates the movement of these ions across the cell membrane, which is crucial for maintaining the cell's electrical charge and volume. This balance helps prevent conditions like cell swelling or shrinkage that could disrupt normal cellular functions. Transport of metabolites and waste products. Water is essential for maintaining the flow of metabolites into and out of the cell. Nutrients, oxygen, and other essential molecules are delivered to cells through the bloodstream, where they are dissolved in water. Waste products, including carbon dioxide and urea, must also be transported away from cells to prevent toxicity. Water aids in these processes, ensuring that the cell can continuously receive the materials it needs to survive and efficiently dispose of waste. Temperature regulation inside cells. Cells generate heat as a byproduct of metabolic reactions, and maintaining an appropriate temperature is essential for optimal function. Water helps regulate temperature inside cells because it has a high specific heat, meaning it can absorb and release heat without significant changes in temperature. This property helps to keep the internal temperature of cells relatively stable, even when the body experiences changes in external temperature. If water were unavailable, cells would be at risk of overheating or freezing, disrupting essential biological processes. Cellular signaling and communication. Water is also involved in cellular signaling pathways. Many signaling molecules, such as hormones, neurotransmitters, and second messengers, function within aqueous environments. Water helps these molecules dissolve and move through the cytoplasm, allowing cells to respond to changes in their environment. Whether it's a nerve cell transmitting a signal or an immune cell detecting a pathogen, water is essential for these complex communication processes that maintain cellular coordination. In summary, water is not just a structural component of cells, it is a dynamic and active participant in maintaining cellular homeostasis. By ensuring the stability of the internal environment, facilitating enzymatic and metabolic reactions, regulating pH, balancing ions, and supporting transport and communication, water allows cells to function at their highest capacity. Without it, cells would be unable to perform their essential tasks, leading to cellular dysfunction and, ultimately, failure of organ systems. Water is an indispensable medium in the transport system of the body, ensuring that cells receive the nutrients and gases they need to function properly. Whether it is oxygen required for cellular respiration, glucose for energy production, or amino acids for protein synthesis, water serves as the primary vehicle that allows these substances to reach their destination. In both the bloodstream and the intracellular environment, water facilitates the movement of key molecules that sustain life. Transportation of nutrients via the bloodstream. The bloodstream, which is primarily composed of water, acts as the major highway for transporting nutrients throughout the body. After nutrients are absorbed from the digestive tract, they are dissolved in water and carried by blood to the cells. For example, glucose, vitamins, minerals, and amino acids are transported through the circulatory system, ensuring that every cell has access to the building blocks required for energy production, growth, and repair. Water enables these nutrients to remain in solution, which is essential for their movement through blood vessels and across cell membranes. Each one requires an incredible amount of energy, so thriving beings actively take up all the water available. Oxygen transport and delivery. Oxygen is another critical molecule that is transported to cells through the bloodstream. While oxygen itself is not dissolved directly in water, it binds to hemoglobin, a protein found in red blood cells. Water is essential for the overall function of hemoglobin and the transport of oxygen. The high water content of blood helps maintain the proper conditions for hemoglobin to release oxygen. As the blood circulates through tissues in the lungs, oxygen enters the blood. and in the tissues, it diffuses from the blood into the cells, where it is used in cellular respiration to produce energy. From cellular waste removal to aiding in the detoxification processes carried out by the liver and kidneys, water is the medium through which the body maintains a healthy balance of substances and eliminates harmful toxins. Without sufficient water, waste products would not be efficiently excreted, leading to the potential for cellular damage and overall health decline. Cellular respiration is a fundamental metabolic process that takes place in almost all cells, providing the energy required for their functions. Water plays a crucial role in facilitating various stages of this process, ensuring the production of ATP, cellular respiration, which is the energy currency of the cell. ATP is used for nearly every biological process, including muscle contraction, protein synthesis, and active transport of molecules across cell membranes. Water not only serves as a medium for the reactions of cellular respiration, but also participates in essential chemical reactions that ultimately produce ATP. Water as a medium for chemical reactions. The process of cellular respiration occurs in multiple steps across different parts of the cell, primarily the cytoplasm and mitochondria. These steps include glycolysis, the citric acid cycle, Krebs cycle, and oxidative phosphorylation. Water acts as a solvent in these processes, helping to dissolve various reactants and enzymes, enabling them to interact more efficiently. Many of the reactions involved in cellular respiration are hydrophilic, water-loving, meaning they occur in aqueous solutions where water is present. Without water, these reactions would be less effective, or could not occur at all. Water in glycolysis, the first stage of cellular respiration, occurs in the cytoplasm and breaks down glucose, a 6-carbon sugar, into 2 molecules of pyruvate, generating a small amount of ATP and NADH. Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. During glycolysis, water is involved in several key reactions. Water molecules are used in the process of hydration and dehydration to rearrange glucose molecules and facilitate their breakdown. For example, water is added in the formation of glucose 6-phosphate and also removed in later steps to help create intermediate molecules, such as 3-phosphoglycerate. Additionally, water plays a role in the hydrolysis of ATP to ADP in reactions that require energy to proceed. Without water, the enzymes and substrates involved in glycolysis would be unable to function properly, halting the production of ATP from glucose. Water in the citric acid cycle, Krebs cycle, which takes place in the mitochondria, is the next phase of cellular respiration, where pyruvate from glycolysis is further broken down to produce energy carriers, such as NADH, FADH2, and ATP. Water plays several important roles in this cycle. Without it, hydration reactions. Water is involved in key reactions that help convert citric acid derivatives, such as fumarate, into other intermediates. For example, water is added to fumarate to form malate, which is a step in the conversion of citrate to oxaloacetate. This hydration is crucial for maintaining the cycle's progression. Hydrolysis of ATP, as in glycolysis, water is also required to break down ATP into ADP and inorganic phosphate during the cycle's energy transfer steps. This process provides the energy needed for other reactions in the cycle. Production of CO2. During the citric acid cycle, carbon atoms are released as carbon dioxide, CO2, which is a waste product. Water is involved in facilitating the breakdown of these carbon-containant molecules and transporting CO2 out of the mitochondria and eventually out of the body through the lungs. Water is therefore integral to the proper functioning of the citric acid cycle and the generation of ATP from the breakdown of glucose. Water in the electron transport chain, ETC, and oxidative phosphorylation. The final stage of cellular respiration occurs in the mitochondria, where the majority of ATP is generated through oxidative phosphorylation. In this process, high-energy electrons, carried by NADH and FADH2, are transferred through a series of protein complexes in the inner mitochondrial membrane, the electron transport chain. Water is involved in several key ways: electron transport and proton gradient. As electrons move through the electron transport chain, they cause protons, hydrogen ions, H+, to be pumped across the inner mitochondrial membrane, creating a proton gradient. This gradient is necessary for ATP synthesis in the next step, chemiosmosis. Water is essential for maintaining the proton gradient and supporting the fluidity of the mitochondrial membranes, which are necessary for this complex series of reactions. Oxygen as the final electron acceptor. The electron transport chain ends with oxygen being the final electron acceptor. Oxygen combines with electrons and protons to form water, H+, to form water. This reaction is critical for preventing a backup of electrons in the chain, which would halt ATP production. The formation of water is an essential step that enables the continued flow of electrons, making ATP production possible. Without water, the final steps of oxidative phosphorylation would not proceed, and ATP production would be severely impaired. Water and ATP synthase. ATP synthase is an enzyme located in the inner mitochondrial membrane that utilizes the proton gradient established by the electron transport chain to generate ATP. As protons flow through ATP synthase, it catalyzes the phosphorylation of ADP, adenosine diphosphate, into ATP. Water supports the functioning of ATP synthase by maintaining the fluidity and integrity of the membrane. It also facilitates the movement of protons through the enzyme complex, ensuring that the energy from the proton gradient is harnessed effectively to produce ATP. Hydration's role in energy transfer. Water is crucial in the transport of energy within the cell. ATP itself is a molecule that is highly soluble in water and can diffuse easily through the cytoplasm to the areas of the cell where energy is needed. In processes like muscle contraction, protein synthesis, and ion transport, ATP is required. Water ensures that ATP can be readily transported within the cell and interact with enzymes and other molecules involved in these energy-consuming processes. Water and the maintenance of cellular energy balance. Water helps to maintain the proper conditions within the cell that are required for efficient ATP production. It ensures the right balance of ions, enzymes, and substrates, which are critical for optimal cellular respiration. Dehydration, on the other hand, can disrupt enzyme activity, alter metabolic pathways, and inhibit ATP production. Cells rely on a steady supply of water to maintain homeostasis and keep the processes of cellular respiration running smoothly. Water and heat regulation in cellular respiration. Cellular respiration is an exothermic process, meaning it releases energy in the form of heat. Water helps regulate the heat produced during cellular respiration by absorbing and distributing heat energy. The high specific heat capacity of water allows it to absorb large amounts of heat without drastically changing temperature. This heat buffering prevents cells from overheating during energy production and ensures that enzymatic functions remain stable. Water is not only an essential component of the cellular environment, but also plays a central role in the generation of ATP, the energy currency of the cell. From enabling chemical reactions in glycolysis and the citric acid cycle, to supporting the electron transport chain and the synthesis of ATP, water facilitates every step of cellular respiration. It helps create the proper conditions for enzyme activity, maintains ion gradients, transports energy, and regulates heat, ensuring that cells have the energy they need to survive and perform their functions. Without water, the process of cellular respiration would be inefficient or impossible, leading to impaired energy production and cellular dysfunction. Blood volume plays a critical role in ensuring that oxygen, nutrients, and other essential substances are effectively transported throughout the body. Water is a major component of blood plasma, and its presence is crucial for maintaining the volume and overall function of blood circulation. The proper circulation of blood ensures that cells and tissues receive the nutrients they need to thrive and can expel metabolic waste products. Water's role in maintaining blood volume is foundational to cardiovascular health and the efficient functioning of the entire circulatory system. Let's explore how water contributes to this important process in more detail. Water as the major component of blood plasma. Blood consists of several components, including red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, and plasma. Plasma, the liquid portion of blood, is approximately 90% water. This high water content is crucial because it allows plasma to function as the transport medium for many vital substances, including nutrients, hormones, waste products, and gases. Water in plasma helps maintain the overall volume of blood, which is essential for the proper circulation of these substances throughout the body. Without adequate water, plasma volume decreases, leading to reduced blood volume and compromised circulation. Regulating blood pressure through blood volume. Blood volume directly affects blood pressure, which is the force exerted by circulating blood against the walls of blood vessels. Water intake helps maintain an optimal blood volume, which is necessary for the regulation of blood pressure. When the body is properly hydrated, the increased blood volume ensures that the heart can pump blood efficiently, and blood pressure remains within a healthy range. Conversely, dehydration leads to a decrease in blood volume, resulting in lower blood pressure, hypotension, and reduced blood flow to vital organs and tissues. Water's role in oxygen transport. Oxygen is transported throughout the body by red blood cells, which contain hemoglobin, a protein that binds oxygen molecules. The efficiency of oxygen transport depends on an adequate blood volume and the flow of blood through the circulatory system. Water, by maintaining blood volume, ensures that red blood cells can circulate freely and deliver oxygen to tissues and organs that need it for energy production. Without sufficient blood volume, oxygen delivery to tissues becomes less efficient, leading to symptoms like fatigue, dizziness, and organ dysfunction. Transportation of nutrients to cells. Blood carries essential nutrients such as glucose, amino acids, fatty acids, vitamins and minerals to cells, where they are used for energy production, growth, and repair. The plasma, which is mostly water, serves as the medium through which these nutrients are transported. When blood volume is maintained by adequate hydration, nutrients can flow through the bloodstream to all cells in the body, ensuring that every tissue has access to the resources it needs to function. Dehydration can impair nutrient delivery, leading to malnutrition at the cellular level, even if nutrients are present in the diet. Removal of metabolic waste products. Along with delivering oxygen and nutrients, the blood also carries waste products like carbon dioxide, CO2, urea, and creatinine away from cells to be eliminated by the body. Water helps maintain the blood's volume and enables the transport of these waste products to the lungs, kidneys, and other excretory organs. For example, CO2 produced during cellular respiration is transported by blood plasma to the lungs, where it is exhaled. Similarly, urea is carried by blood to the kidneys for filtration and excretion. When blood volume is reduced due to dehydration, the body's ability to remove waste products efficiently is compromised, potentially leading to toxic buildup in the tissues. Regulation of electrolyte balance. Water is also essential for maintaining electrolyte balance, which is critical for normal cell function and blood volume regulation. Electrolytes, such as sodium, potassium, calcium, and chloride, are dissolved in blood plasma, and their concentrations must be tightly regulated to ensure proper fluid balance within cells and blood vessels. Adequate water intake supports the proper distribution of electrolytes in the bloodstream, which helps maintain optimal blood volume and pressure. When dehydration occurs, the concentration of electrolytes in the blood can become imbalanced, leading to conditions like hyponatremia, low sodium levels, which can disrupt cellular functions and impair oxygen and nutrient delivery. Blood viscosity and flow. Blood viscosity refers to the thickness or stickiness of the blood, which affects how easily it can flow through blood vessels. Water helps maintain the appropriate viscosity of blood, ensuring smooth circulation. When the body is dehydrated, blood becomes thicker and more viscous, which can increase the workload of the heart, slow blood flow, and make it more difficult for blood to circulate through the smaller blood vessels. This sluggish flow can impair oxygen and nutrient delivery, particularly to tissues in need of higher metabolic support, such as the muscles and brain during exercise or intense physical activity. When combined with iodine and melanin, this can cause damage to cell DNA and muscle cells. Hydration and heart function. The heart pumps blood throughout the body, and adequate blood volume is essential for maintaining healthy heart function. Water helps regulate blood volume, ensuring that the heart can pump an appropriate amount of blood to meet the body's demands. When blood volume decreases due to dehydration, the heart compensates by increasing heart rate to maintain adequate circulation. However, this increased workload can strain the heart, particularly in individuals with pre-existing cardiovascular conditions. Chronic dehydration can lead to long-term stress on the heart and circulatory system. Water and circulatory system efficiency. The circulatory system relies on the continuous flow of blood to deliver nutrients and oxygen, as well as to remove waste products. Water is essential for maintaining the fluidity and volume of blood, which supports the efficiency of this system. Adequate hydration ensures that blood can flow smoothly through the arteries, veins, and capillaries, allowing for effective nutrient and gas exchange between the blood and tissues. Dehydration leads to reduced blood volume and thicker blood, which increases the risk of blood clots and reduces the ability of the circulatory system to supply oxygen and nutrients. Water's role in maintaining vascular tone. Vascular tone refers to the degree of constriction or dilation in blood vessels, which influences blood flow and blood pressure. Water plays a role in maintaining proper vascular tone by supporting the smooth muscle cells in the walls of blood vessels. When the body is well hydrated, blood vessels remain dilated, facilitating easy blood flow and efficient nutrient delivery. Dehydration can lead to vasoconstriction, narrowing of blood vessels, which increases resistance in the circulatory system and makes it harder for blood to reach distant tissues, potentially leading to poor oxygen delivery and tissue hypoxia, low oxygen levels. Water is vital for maintaining blood volume, which in turn is essential for the efficient circulation of oxygen, nutrients, and waste products throughout the body by ensuring proper blood plasma volume. Hydration supports blood pressure regulation, nutrient transport, waste removal, and the overall efficiency of the circulatory system. Water also helps maintain the viscosity and electrolyte balance of blood, supporting smooth circulation and healthy heart function. Dehydration, by reducing blood volume and impairing circulation, can lead to a wide range of health issues, including fatigue, organ dysfunction, and inadequate oxygen and nutrient supply to tissues. Adequate hydration is, therefore, fundamental for sustaining optimal circulatory function and overall health. Blood pressure, the force exerted by circulating blood on the walls of blood vessels, is one of the most vital indicators of cardiovascular health. It is regulated by a complex interaction of factors, including blood volume, the elasticity of blood vessels, and the efficiency of the heart's pumping action. Water plays a central role in maintaining healthy blood pressure by directly influencing blood volume. Since blood is predominantly made up of water, about 90% of plasma, adequate hydration is essential to keep blood volume at optimal levels, which in turn supports normal blood pressure. Let's explore how water contributes to blood pressure regulation in greater detail. Water maintains blood volume. The total volume of blood in the circulatory system directly affects blood pressure. Blood volume is a combination of red and white blood cells, platelets, and plasma, the liquid portion of the blood, of which water is the major component. Plasma makes up about 55% of blood volume, and water contributes approximately 90% of plasma's total volume. When the body is properly hydrated, blood volume remains stable, ensuring that the heart can pump an adequate amount of blood with each beat. This stable blood volume helps to maintain a steady flow of blood throughout the circulatory system, which is essential for healthy blood pressure levels. Impact of dehydration. When the body becomes dehydrated, the volume of water in the blood decreases, leading to a reduction in blood volume. This lower blood volume results in a decrease in the amount of blood pumped by the heart, which can cause a drop in blood pressure, hypotension. As a compensatory mechanism, the body may increase heart rate, but if dehydration persists, blood pressure may remain abnormally low, leading to dizziness, fatigue, and impaired circulation. Water and the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system. The body has complex mechanisms for regulating blood pressure, and one key system involved is the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system, RAS. When blood volume drops due to dehydration, the kidneys detect the reduced volume and release an enzyme called renin. Renin triggers a cascade of reactions that lead to the production of angiotensin II, a potent vasoconstrictor that narrows blood vessels and raises blood pressure. At the same time, angiotensin II stimulates the release of aldosterone, a hormone that promotes sodium and water retention in the kidneys. Effect of water on RAS. Proper hydration helps to prevent excessive activation of the RAS system. When blood volume is maintained through adequate water intake, the kidneys are able to keep the system balanced, preventing excessive vasoconstriction or fluid retention, which can lead to elevated blood pressure, hypertension. By supporting proper hydration, water ensures that blood pressure remains within a healthy range. Water and blood vessel elasticity. The elasticity and flexibility of blood vessels are key factors in regulating blood pressure. Blood vessels that are too rigid or narrow can cause an increase in resistance to blood flow, which in turn raises blood pressure. Water plays an important role in maintaining the hydration of blood vessel walls and ensuring their elasticity. Proper hydration supports the function of endothelial cells, the cells that line blood vessels, helping them to maintain smooth and flexible blood vessels. Impact of dehydration on vascular function. Dehydration can lead to reduced elasticity of blood vessels, making them stiffer and less able to dilate or constrict as needed. This can lead to increased vascular resistance and higher blood pressure. Hydration, on the other hand, helps maintain the proper tone and flexibility of blood vessels, ensuring smooth blood flow and helping to keep blood pressure at a healthy level. Water and electrolyte balance. Electrolytes, such as sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium, are crucial for maintaining fluid balance and proper blood pressure regulation. Water helps to dissolve and transport these electrolytes throughout the body. An optimal balance of electrolytes ensures that the body can regulate fluid volume effectively, preventing both dehydration and fluid overload, both of which can affect blood pressure. Water and sodium levels. One of the most important electrolytes in blood pressure regulation is sodium. When the body is well hydrated, the kidneys can effectively excrete excess sodium through urine. However, if the body is dehydrated, the kidneys retain more sodium, which increases fluid retention and elevates blood pressure. By maintaining proper hydration, water helps to regulate sodium levels and fluid balance, reducing the risk of sodium-induced hypertension. Water helps maintain cardiac output. Cardiac output is the amount of blood the heart pumps per minute, and it is a critical factor in blood pressure regulation. Cardiac output is determined by the amount of blood in the circulatory system and how efficiently the heart pumps that blood. When blood volume is adequate, the heart can pump a sufficient volume of blood with each beat, supporting normal blood pressure. Effect of water on cardiac output. Adequate water intake supports optimal blood volume and ensures that the heart has enough blood to pump efficiently. When dehydration occurs, cardiac output can be reduced because the heart has to work harder to pump a smaller volume of blood. This increased workload can strain the heart and further exacerbate low blood pressure, making it harder for the body to deliver oxygen and nutrients to tissues. Hydration supports the heart's ability to pump blood effectively, maintaining stable blood pressure levels. Water and blood flow to organs. Water plays a key role in ensuring that blood is able to circulate effectively throughout the body. Blood flow to organs such as the brain, kidneys, muscles, and digestive system depends on the proper functioning of the circulatory system, which relies on adequate blood volume. When the body is well hydrated, blood is able to flow easily through the arteries and veins, ensuring that organs and tissues receive the nutrients and oxygen they need. Impact of dehydration on blood flow. When the body becomes dehydrated, blood volume decreases, making it more difficult for blood to flow freely to distant organs. This can result in compromised blood flow, particularly to vital organs like the brain and kidneys, and can contribute to low blood pressure. Proper hydration ensures that blood can circulate efficiently, maintaining adequate perfusion, blood flow, to all organs and tissues. Water and vasodilation. Vasodilation refers to the widening of blood vessels, which decreases vascular resistance and helps lower blood pressure. Water has been shown to support the process of vasodilation by ensuring that blood vessels remain adequately hydrated and can respond appropriately to signals from the nervous and endocrine systems. For example, when blood pressure is high, the body can release molecules like nitric oxide that help dilate blood vessels and reduce resistance to blood flow. Water ensures healthy circulatory system function by preventing thickening of the blood. Water plays a role in thermoregulation, helping the body stay cool through sweating. Water prevents dehydration and maintains the balance of electrolytes necessary for cell function. Water supports joint lubrication and healthy skin by maintaining synovial fluid and hydration. Water plays a crucial role in directly regulating blood pressure by maintaining proper blood volume, which is essential for optimal circulation and cardiovascular health. By ensuring that blood volume remains stable, water supports the function of the heart, kidneys, and blood vessels, preventing fluctuations in blood pressure. Hydration helps to maintain vascular elasticity, regulate electrolytes, support cardiac output, and improve blood flow to organs and tissues. Dehydration, on the other hand, can reduce blood volume, increase vascular resistance, and compromise circulation, leading to low or high blood pressure and an increased risk of cardiovascular problems. Maintaining adequate water intake is, therefore, essential for healthy blood pressure regulation and overall cardiovascular health.